Okay, good afternoon all, and thank you so much for joining our webinar this afternoon. We are so excited to share what the Pinnacle Series can do and how it can increase your people's performance. My name is Abigail Adams, and I'm the Pinnacle Specialist here at Baker Baines. So we have a packed agenda for today. We will be going through the introductions, and then we will discuss the partnership between Eagle Point and Baker Baines, and then we'll go through the challenges that your industry faces and how the Pinnacle series can help, followed by the demo, and then some subscription information, and then the Q&A. So as I mentioned before, my name is Abigail Adams, and I have been in the Autodesk channel for about 7 years. I am passionate about e-learning, and I'm really excited for you to see what the Pinnacle series can do for you and your digital transformation. The next presenter is Danny Grindle. She's the partner manager at Eagle Point, and Danny has joined Eagle Point in 2023. She has been in the Autodesk channel for about 20 years. She was previously with 4D Technologies, previously known as CAD Learning. And then our next speaker is Dolly Burke. She is the customer success manager at Eagle Point, and she joined Eagle Point in 2020, and she will be covering our demonstration. So let's have a look at who we are. Here at Baker Baines, our focus is on three key solutions, which is consulting, software and hardware, and education. We are a gold authorized partner, and we partner with ClearEdge, Leica, Cool Orange. We are also an authorized training center. We offer in-classroom training as well as e-learning with the Pinnacle series. The industries that we serve are building, civil, energy, process plant, as well as manufacturing. So our partnership with Eagle Point is a groundbreaking step in our commitment to education and skills development in South Africa. It expands learning content, addresses skill gaps, and introduces critical software training. We're proud to offer globally certified tools in local languages, for example, English, Zulu, Xhosa, Afrikaans, and Sesotho, and Setswana. That's a first for South Africa. We believe in all Autodesk users here can benefit from Eagle Point's Pinnacle series for on-the-job training and providing unparalleled opportunities for clients to thrive. Let's have a look at who Pinnacle is and who Eagle Point is. So Eagle Point is the creators of the Pinnacle series and the Pinnacle Lite series, and it's a top e-learning system for AEC and manufacturing customers. And what is the Pinnacle series? The Pinnacle series is a comprehensive e-learning tool for the AEC and manufacturing space, and it also comes in a light option. You can find the Pinnacle series online, and it's convenient access to content, learning, and professional development. We're now going to have a look at a short video and meet the Pinnacle series.
Is your firm struggling to provide training for your team while keeping billable hours as high as possible? Is your staff fully leveraging new technologies, or have your digital transformation initiatives fallen short of your goals? Is your team spending too much time searching for answers to frequently asked questions? If you're facing any of these challenges, Pinnacle Series is your solution. Pinnacle Series is an e-learning system designed for the AEC and manufacturing industries. With Pinnacle Series, you can transform your team's training with thousands of expert-created documents, videos, workflows, and courses on the software you use every day. Users can find what they need quickly with the help of our robust search engine and work groups. Project work gets another boost from our related learning plugin for Autodesk products, which recommends Pinnacle Series content based on the commands users run, saving them time and allowing them to brush up on their skills on the go. Our administrative tools also help your team reach their full potential by allowing you to identify skill gaps, assign training, and track employee progress. And if you're interested in going beyond e-learning, Pinnacle Series offers live training and blended learning capabilities. But Pinnacle Series isn't just a training platform. It's your one-stop shop for storing essential documents and workflows. Plus, Pinnacle Series is customizable. You can adjust the platform's interface to align with your company's branding. With thousands of learning resources, Pinnacle Series is the tool your firm needs to improve efficiency, employee retention, and client satisfaction. Our team has been helping AEC organizations work more efficiently since 1983. Let us help take your firm to the next level with Pinnacle Series.
Having a look at under the people category, there's a dire lack of skilled professionals and a shocking statistic according to the Daily Investor for South Africa. South Africa has a significant imbalance in the engineer to population ratio compared to Germany, the UK, and the US. South Africa has one engineer for every 3,100 people, while Germany has one engineer for every 200 people, whereas the UK and the US have a ratio of about 1 to 310. In another statistic found in South Africa, or in Infrastructure News today, to address potential shortages, South Africa needs to prioritize retention, skills transfer in the construction industry. Globally, 70% of employees say that they haven't mastered all the skills to do their jobs, and just under 90% of executives are having issues with skill gaps. Most importantly, almost 60% of companies state that their workforce doesn't have the skills needed to work with building information technology. I forgot to mention before this, we've broken this up into people, process, and technology. That is just the Baker Bain's ethos. Okay, so we're still looking under the people category. Locally, most of us know Eskom load shedding has aggravated the pressures on productivity in all sectors. In Q4 of 2022, in the mining sector, there was a 3.7% drop in mining production, and in construction, there was a 1.5% drop in construction. In manufacturing, there was a huge 5% drop. And if we're looking at the global statistic, 85% of employees reported that they often are disengaged at work, resulting in 126 trillion rand loss in productivity. We're going to go to a quick poll. So if you can let us know what forms of learning material do you currently use to empower yourself with applicable software skills? Is it textbooks, YouTube, training, LinkedIn learning, or are you self-taught? Okay, I can see the results coming in now. So about 63% of you say YouTube learning, 25% of you say training, and then 13% of you are self-taught. That's very interesting. We are going to continue. Continuing within the people category, another challenge in the diverse workforce is these statistics are relevant to the South African market, where the majority of the current workforce consists of tech-savvy millennials and Gen Xers. Therefore, it comes at no surprise that 93% of millennials consider skills development and learning as a crucial part or aspect of their careers, making them the ideal audience for an e-learning solution. If we have a look under the process, workflows, and preparing for the future, our observations are that there is a disconnect between departments on workflows and lack of adoption of building information modeling and product data management, as well as a lack of succession planning. Globally, 72% of executives workers said that workers' ability to assume new roles is essential to navigating disruptions like COVID-19, whereas only 17% said their organizations were prepared to adapt and reskill their workers. We're going to go to another poll. What do you feel is lacking from your current learning sources? Is it finding the correct solution quickly, or is it understanding it in your own language, or do you struggle to find relevant content? Okay, so there's no doubt about this. It was 100. Okay, no, let's just give it a couple of more seconds. Okay, so 75% of you said the relevance of the content to my need. That's quite interesting. We're going to move on. Continuing under the process category, when an employee leaves, the estimated cost of losing their knowledge can be between 33 and 200% of their annual salary. For someone earning 600,000 Rand per year, this means losing 1.2 million Rands worth of knowledge, which is huge. And then we're moving on to our technology category. According to an article in Software One, some of the challenges in digital collaboration and technology adoption is the presence of data silos, resulting in a lack of real-time data. Some of the specific challenges include a lack of understanding of technology, champions and knowledge experts, the reliance on manual methods like Excel, data stored in separate systems, and a lack of visibility into people and project performance. If we're going to look at a global scale, more than half of employees said organizational silos are the barrier to effective knowledge management at the company. And more than 60% of knowledge workers must access 4 or more systems each day to find what they need to do their jobs. 92% of employees said having access to technology that helps them to do their jobs more efficiently and positively affects their work satisfaction. And then we're going to go to our last poll. How many Autodesk users do you have in your organization? Is it none, 1 to 10, 11 to 29, 30 to 50, or 50 plus? Okay, so 7 to 8% of you said it's 1 to 10. Thank you so much for participating in our polls. Now that you're aware of all the problems in the industry or the issues, I'll hand over to Danny to take us through more about Pinnacle.
So yeah, a little bit about Eagle Point and who we are. We've actually been in business for 40 years now. Prior to the development of Pinnacle Series in 2006, we developed add-on applications for AutoCAD. Pinnacle Series is used by over 600,000 people globally and growing every day, so we're very proud of that. But what I want to highlight here is that we have always been a company of architects, engineers, construction, and manufacturing professionals. Our customer success team is the largest team in our company, and our development is second to that team. I bring that up because A, we develop all of our content, or the majority of it, in-house at Eagle Point, so we can stay on top of what's new and what's important to you in the industry. And our platform is always being updated to provide additional features that can benefit our customer base. We are also one of the founding members of the Autodesk Developer Network and have been in that network for 30 plus years now. I am pleased to announce together with Abby our partnership with Baker Baines and bring Pinnacle Series to all of you, and hope that you will join our family of customers. With that, I'd like to turn it over to the real star of the show today, Dolly Burke.
All right, thank you, Danny. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into Pinnacle Series, and we can start showing you the platform. I want you to keep in mind, though, those challenges that Abigail was talking about in the beginning of the presentation, because those are really why we created the platform. All right, so we're going to use those challenges to kind of guide us through the demonstration, the overview today. So I'm here on the Pinnacle Series platform. Just a few things off the top. First of all, it is a browser-based solution, so making it very easy for users to access the platform, regardless of where they are working. As far as the overall look and feel of the tenant, it's all completely customizable. So right now we are logged into a tenant that was created for Baker Baines. So we're obviously seeing Baker Baines logos and colors, but you actually have full opportunity to change any of the logos, the colors, even the layout of the home page here. That way, when users are logging in, they recognize it as being a trusted resource of information for your organization. I'm going to hop into the user profile here because we did mention this a few times already, but Pinnacle Series is available in just over 90 different languages. All right, so an individual user can come to their user profile, can select from the drop-down the language that they need. Go ahead and select apply, and it will update any of the written word on the platform. And then we have video transcripts that go along with all of our videos as well. All right, back on the home page here. When a user logs in, what that user sees on their homepage will be personalized to that specific user. So really just helping the user get, to where they need to be, what they need to be doing. So depending on what work groups they are part of will drive what they see here. In the My Courses section, users will see any of the on-demand courses that they are currently enrolled into. So from their homepage, they can quickly jump into the learning where they left off. Now, if a user is logging in to access some content, to get some guidance, they can do a search up top, or they can browse for information over here on the left-hand side in this area that we call asset libraries. Now, this is where all the content on the platform is organized. There are two separate sections, so I'm actually going to start with this Adobe and going on down. These are the public preloaded libraries that are available with the Pinnacle Series subscription. So meaning our team here at Eagle Point Software, some of our partners are maintaining the content within these libraries as part of the subscription. So you can see there's a long list of different technologies. We can actually expand some of these libraries. So Autodesk, as an example, is the largest of our libraries with everything from AutoCAD, BIM products, Civil 3D, InfraWorks, Navisworks, Revit, much, much more here. We do have a separate Autodesk Construction Cloud library as well. But we also provide content outside of Autodesk. So you'll see items such as Adobe, Bentley, Bluebeam. We have Esri, Global BIM Standards, Lumion. We have a large Microsoft library that's quite popular there as well. Procore, Revisto, SketchUp, more and more. There we go. But all of these libraries are full of not only those on-demand e-learning courses that you think of, when you hear e-learning platforms, but also quick videos, documents, workflows that are going to help your users not only learn, but maybe work while they're working on a project, have a question, need a quick answer to that question. They can begin to browse the library, based on the technology that they are using. Now, the top section of this asset library is the custom content library for, let's say, your organization, moving forward as a client of Pinnacle Series. I'm actually going to jump into my demo tenant here because I just have an example of this kind of already laid out. With Pinnacle Series, you have unlimited cloud storage to add as many training materials, documents, videos, PDF, Word, PowerPoint, as much as you want into the platform and organize into your own asset library. Pinnacle Series really starts with the e-learning content, but then also becomes the central location for you to share all of your tips and tricks, lessons learned, processes, best practices for other users within your organization to really share the knowledge that they've learned into one place. Our goal is to help create this central hub of information that users are coming to, whether it's for out-of-the-box learning, custom learning, and we'll talk about a few other opportunities here as well. So let's say your users have browsed through the libraries, they've self-enrolled into some learning. Maybe they want to learn about Revit, AutoCAD, they can self-enroll into the learning, or a manager and admin can also assign users learning. Anytime that enrollment takes place, the learning will appear in the My Courses section of the user's homepage until they complete all the required materials. They'll kind of stay on their list until they have completed that course. If I jump into a course here, show you how our learning is structured. So on the left-hand side, we have the outline or the curriculum that has been put together for this course. The platform's going to guide the user through the curriculum. So as one video ends, it'll jump to the next item in the list. Remember, everything is on demand. So if users need to pause and leave the platform, they can jump back right back into the training where they left off the next time they log in. We also have this very handy transcript on the right-hand side that users can use to navigate the video. If they want to jump ahead or maybe go back and rewatch something, it will kind of jump to that point in time. But I want to mention that this is also what can be translated into those additional languages for your users as well. So let's say this points, lines, and curves course is 90% of how you'd want your users to work through the materials. Well, with Pinnacle Series, we actually give you the ability to take any of our out-of-the-box content, copy it down, and you can make any modifications needed so that it fits your training process. So let's say this course is 90% of how you want to do it, but maybe just want to incorporate your own custom video, your own custom document. You simply have the tools to copy down this curriculum, and at that point you can remove anything that's not necessary, but also add to the lineup as well. I just want to mention, because I forgot to point out, that courses can be made up of videos, documents. This one has an exercise for the users to work through, and then also ends with a quiz as well. Also, while I'm going through this demonstration, we're going to keep it kind of high level, but if you do have any questions, please feel free to use the questions option within the GoToWebinar panel there, and we'll be sure to get to your questions here at the end as well. All right, so that was a little bit about out-of-the-box learning, how you can customize learning, but another area that makes Pinnacle Series unique is that we can also personalize learning. To do this, we have an assessment tool built into the platform. With the results of the assessment, we can provide each individual user with a personalized learning path that will focus in on the areas that they need to spend time training on. So to kind of show you an overview of what we call our personalized learning process, we have a trophy icon in the upper right-hand corner. That is our assessment icon. I have a little alert telling me I've been assigned an assessment. I can select the assessment that I want to begin. I have some welcome pages where I can see what will be included. I have some download files. So assessment questions are both knowledge-based, so just knowledge of the technology, but also task-based. So asking the user to open a project file, work through some steps before they can answer the question. Once I have everything I need, I can go ahead and begin my assessment. Users simply work through the question navigator on the left-hand side. Questions can be true, false, multiple choice, fill in the blank. But once I've answered all my questions, I can go ahead and submit. And then on my homepage as a user, I will automatically receive that personalized learning path. I will only be enrolled in topics that are needed. So essentially what I've answered incorrectly on the assessment, I will not have to spend time retraining on the topics that I've shown that I've understood through the course of the assessment. So as an example, I have this Revit Architecture Fundamentals. I have that little trophy icon telling me that this has been personalized for me based on that assessment that I've just completed. If I jump in here, this looks very similar to the course that I was just showing you, but some of the differences. So up top, you can see that I was only enrolled in 15 out of the 20 courses. So our fundamentals learning path is very, very long. And actually by assessing myself up front, I'm saving myself probably a few hours of training and being able to skip over those 5 initial courses. There's also this show all topics toggle where I can see the individual items that I'm also skipping over because I've answered this correctly. I don't need to spend time retraining on those topics. So the assessment tool is really just a great way for you to efficiently provide training to your users based on their individual needs. But it's also a great way to identify what are the skill gaps across our organization or maybe across a certain team. With all this assessment data, we can identify where there might be opportunities for larger training initiatives for your organization. So those are some of the different ways that users can consume learning, but to kind of go along with that, we do need to be able to report on who's doing what on the platform. So I am going to pull up some sample reports that we have here, starting with some learning reports. We can track learning progress. So anytime we enroll a user into learning, we can track their progress through the materials. We can see what courses were completed, the amount of time users are spending in the learning, and then also who are our top learners. Each of these dashboards has a report details that lets us dive deeper into the data. So if we want to get a closer look at what courses were completed, the average amount of learning time, and also the number of users completing those courses. Going even further, we can take it all the way down to the raw data. to really get the details of the username, the course that they're enrolled into, the date that it was completed, how much of the content was reviewed, and then just the overall learning minutes. And then if they did complete the quiz at the end, what was the score that they received. All of this data can easily be exported into Excel. If you want to take it in there to create some reports externally, that's an opportunity as well. Now back into Pinnacle Series here to kind of switch gears a little bit. We have a lot of learning opportunities, but we also like to promote this as being a productivity tool. So let's say your users are through onboarding, through their training, they can use Pinnacle Series to find those quick answers to their questions or get some help if they get stuck. With Pinnacle Series, there's a few different ways for them to really get to the content. We've mentioned browsing based on the technology that they are utilizing, but users can also do a search up top. When it does a search, it's going to look through all of our out-of-the-box materials, but also anything that you've incorporated into the platform as well. There are some filter options on the left-hand side to help users narrow down either by publisher, asset type, but also the technology and version years as well. I'm going to go ahead and I want to jump into what we have called is a workflow. And workflows are a visual guide of a process, a best practice. It's going to walk the user step by step through that process and provide details of what the user needs to be doing or how they can complete this step. So on the left-hand side, we have the tree view or the outline view of this process. In the middle here, we have this interactive diagram view. I can zoom in, I can follow along step by step. But when I click into the steps, that's when the details of what I need to be doing or how I can complete this step will appear on the right-hand side. So essentially the user is reading through this text on the right to understand, what they need to be doing at this point in the process. Within the text, there are some helpful links, one being reference video. So if I'm working on this task, maybe need a reminder, I can open up this Create Corridor video without losing my spot in the workflow, that I'm following along to. There are also tool command links that can take the user right to where they need to be. In this case, this is a Civil 3D workflow. I have Civil 3D open. I can use this tool link here, select corridor. It will take me into Civil 3D and open that create corridor window for me so that I can complete this part of the process that I'm following along to. So workflows are a very helpful tool for users to have their project open on one screen, following along to a workflow on the other screen, really ensuring they're following the correct process the first time they work on something, and hopefully eliminate any need for rework down the road. In the same way that we spoke about learning and being able to copy down and customize, the same is true for any of our out-of-the-box workflows. You could copy down our workflow, make any modifications needed so that it outlines your process or your best practice. But you can also create your own workflows from scratch within our managed content area as well. While I have Civil 3D open, I do want to highlight another tool. In that video that we watched just a few moments ago, kind of gave you a preview of this, but it's called the Related Learning Topics tool. So this tool will show content available in Pinnacle Series based on the commands that the user is using, or as you can see, I'm selecting different things within Civil 3D, and it is showing content related to those options. So it will show workflows, videos, documents. So if I do find myself stuck, I can see that there's a 5-minute video on create gradings. This will take me directly over to Pinnacle Series so that I can review that video and then return to my project. This sort of integration that we have works with not only Civil 3D, but also Revit, AutoCAD, Plant 3D, Inventor. We have many more that we're adding here as well. All right. Just a few more things here that I want to mention. Back on the home page, we have this My Work Groups, which is a way to pull together the right group of users the right group of content, for the right group of users. When a user logs in, they will only see the work groups that they are a part of. Work groups can be created for teams, disciplines, maybe locations, maybe it's a group of new users going through onboarding. But when I click into a work group, it's going to open up to the asset tab. So these are the materials that have been pulled together for this group of users. So it's really just giving quick access from the user's homepage to items they might be needing as being a part of a project. There's also a discussion tab for members of the groups to leave comments, feedback for other members of the group. On the members tab is where we can add or remove users. I just wanted to point this out because we do have the ability to invite external users into work groups as well. So let's say this was a work group created for a project team. You can invite any consultants, contractors you also have working on that project team. They would have access to anything we add to the asset tab. So any materials, whether it's learning, documents, videos, but not all of Pinnacle Series. So it's kind of a way to lock down some visibility here as well. All right, so that was kind of a high level overview of Pinnacle Series, and we kind of wanted to keep it brief today to give you this introduction. If you have questions, please go ahead and put them in the question window, but I'm going to jump back into PowerPoint so we can talk a little bit more about our subscription model here for you today. Danny?
Yeah, thanks, Dolly. Great presentation. As you can see, Pinnacle is a very robust product. We want to talk a little bit about the model. Pinnacle Series gives access to all of your users that have a subscription. You can choose which asset libraries you want to have. As Dolly mentioned, the content is available in over 90 languages, which I think will be huge in South Africa. There's robust reporting, unlimited Azure storage, so you can add into your own content, and you'll have the ability to also customize Pinnacle Series to fit the needs of your organization. We do offer single sign-on through Active Directory integration and some other tools, as well as offer an open API for content development or connecting to other applications, and so much more. So as mentioned early on in the presentation, we do have some different solutions to meet specific organization sizes needs. So we base which solution is best for you on the number of design technology or Autodesk users in your organization globally. So over to the left, if you have 30 or more Autodesk users in your organization, Pinnacle Series Enterprise is the only option that we offer for organizations that large. You get everything in the Pinnacle Series library, as well as direct support from Eagle Point, which includes a dedicated customer success manager like Dolly that works with you on implementation so that things are set up properly according to what your needs are, your initiatives, and so forth. And it also provides not access just to your Autodesk users, but company-wide access. So if you're on the call today and you fall in that category, we encourage you to reach out to Baker Baines and let's get more of a tailored presentation geared to your needs. If you have less than 30 users, we have options for you too. Pinnacle Series is not limited to just those enterprise organizations. It's also available to organizations with under 30 Autodesk users. It is a one-to-one subscription for them. All of the features are available in the platform as well to those users. So again, the personalized learning paths with the assessments, the customization, reporting and work groups are all available. So no lack of feature sets there, despite the lesser size of your organization. If you're a smaller organization, under 29 users, we recommend Pinnacle Series because it offers so much more, but we also offer Pinnacle Lite typically for those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 users that need access to learning. There's no difference in the learning content that you receive within the platform. There are less features available. So things like reporting and customization are not part of the Pinnacle Lite series. Thanks. So on the screen, you can see this is our standard content library. So a number of different applications outside of Autodesk. We have Esri content, we have Bluebeam content, Procore, Revitso. So I won't go through everything on the screen. You can see it there yourselves, but it is an extensive library, including, of course, all of the Autodesk content in the standard library. We also offer additional content libraries, either separately from our standard content library or together with it as additional options. So if you're using Bentley Open Roads or something like that, we do have a Bentley library available. SolidWorks is big in the manufacturing space, so SolidWorks is available as an add-on. Health and safety, I will say specifically, is for the US, so that's not something you'd be looking at, but the other tools could be very valuable to the organization.
I want to show you, or let's have a look at a customer who has had great success with the Pinnacle series. This is the Sutari case study, and Sutari's implementation of the Pinnacle series in 2021 marked a significant turning point in their digital transformation journey by providing a comprehensive range of courses tailored to their diverse departments. The Pinnacle series empowered Sutari staff to embrace modern technologies and transition from the traditional to advanced digital design processes. The company's commitment to training, combined with the e-learning platform, fostered a culture of continuous improvement. While specific metrics may be challenging to quantify, Sutari undoubtedly experienced improved overall efficiency. Their staff became more proficient in using engineering software products, contributing to the company's success in the ever-evolving engineering industry. This success story showcases how Sutari harnessed the power of the Pinnacle series to enhance their capabilities and stay at the forefront of innovation. So again, just to reiterate what Danny and Dolly mentioned, if you are 30 users more, if your organization is 30 users and more, please contact us for a personalized demo. And if you are 30 users and less, or if you are individual users, you can sign up for that trial or reach out to me for more information. We are now going to hand over for some questions. I see that there is already a question in the box.
Yeah, we've had a few come in. One being, specifically about some of our content. Do we have Lumion training? We do have a library of Lumion training, but then also, who creates our content? So we have an internal content team here at Eagle Point that is made up of architects, engineers, construction managers, and now manufacturing that creates our Autodesk content. For some of the add-on libraries that we mentioned, such as like Adobe and Microsoft, we do use some vendors for those specific because we just don't have people in-house that are, I guess, experts on those. So it is mostly in-house that creates our content. Another question that came in is, can we limit the content that users see on the platform? And that is something that you are able to do. A lot of the platform is customizable. For the purposes of the demo, I had everything turned on for you to see because obviously I wanted to show you the amount of content that we do have. But if you want to hide technology on the left-hand side or like version years when we get into a library, all of that is customizable, just making it a little bit easier for your users to browse or to search to find what they need. All right, are your courses accredited for CPD purposes? That is something that we are constantly working on. So we are a global company that has clients all over the world. So we have different accreditations for different parts of the world. I specifically for South Africa, I believe we're working currently on the CPD accreditation for both not applying to you, but the UK and South Africa. Is that correct, Danny? That's something we're currently working on, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Make sure I keep it honest here with everyone.
We solve our customer problems through digital transformation, helping them to design and make a better world. Get in touch and let us help you solve your problems. Connect with us on our website, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or email us on info@bakerbaines.com. Don't forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Access a variety of tools including ebooks, training videos, content, templates, and guides that will aid in your digital transformation success. Some of these resources are free. Visit tools.bakerbaines.com today to find out more.